I want to get started a little bit by introducing a little further ourselves. So, like I was just told, I'm Hakoa Sansalaya.
And I'm Rachel.
We're the co-presidents of the AMSA chapter at Rutgers-RWJ. So personally, I feel very privileged to be able to present this event to you guys, which is actually very dear to my heart. And I want to start off by asking you all a question. What is the ability to change the world merely through words that can be provided by every single one of you present here today? The answer to that is inspiration. Now, why do I say that inspiration can be provided by everybody? It's because every single one of you sitting in those chairs right now in front of me has a story, a passion, an experience, or an idea that has the ability to change the medical community for the better. It's really pretty amazing, the things that every one of us can tell and everything that you can hear. I don't know, personally, it's something that's really motivated me throughout the last couple of years that we've been doing this. And it's amazing that we can really inspire our healthcare community by just talking. So, what is it that we require to do that? Really, you just need a medium, right? What is it that we need so that we can actually all get together and do that? That medium, it's MEDtalks. Motivate, educate, dream. Now, our hopes today are pretty simple. We want to give you a glimpse of what MEDtalks is all about and see how impactful it can be, while also giving you guys a few tools that you can use to host this event back home. So, you all have outlines in front of you. You'll be able to follow the presentation easily. And with that, let's get started.
Ordinary people are doing extraordinary things every day. This was the idea that inspired Stephanie O., a medical student at Rutgers-RWJ Medical School, to start MEDtalks 2 years ago. Based on the short-form presentation of TED Talks, and in keeping with AMSA's mission statements of development, student wellness, and enriching medicine through diversity, this event is a constant reminder that whether it's a story, an idea, or an experience, every one of you here has something to share. Through simple dialogue and the exchange of ideas, we can be infected with inspiration can infect us with the urge to make a difference. Since the spring of 2013, we've been hosting this event at our school with one faculty speaker, one alumni speaker, and 4 student speakers. Now, this unique grouping of speakers allows the gathering of individuals from diverse backgrounds, multiple disciplines of medicine, and individuals who are on different steps along their journey in attaining a medical education. By coming together, we can allow inspiration to foster. And within a short span of 2 years, this event has become something that is highly anticipated by students, physicians, and administration at our institution. Earlier last month, we hosted this event for the 2nd time, and we had over 200 students and physicians in attendance. Now, you can see that this event has immense potential, and we want you to take this back to your school and allow the creation of a medium where ideas can be shared. But before we go ahead and tell you how to host this event, we want to show you how impactful a MEDtalk can really be. So, sit back and enjoy as we present MEDtalks from 2 of our own student speakers.
I guarantee there are people just like them at your schools. We are going to show you how you can host this event at home as well. Do the exact same. So, for the sake of time, we're going to kind of briefly, rather quickly, go through how you can host your own MEDtalks, but just so you know, we will have time for questions at the end, so please come speak to us or ask us later. So, quickly, we're just going to show you how do you get speakers. How do you work with them to get to this sort of level? Pre-event logistics and event day logistics. So first up, getting speakers. You're going to want to form an AMSA MEDtalks committee. Really quickly, what we did this year and we did last year as well was we had a 6-person panel, 6-student panel. three second years and 3 first years. The idea being that you want this to continue, right? You want this to be sustainable. So as we go on to third year, and we're less involved just because we're so busy. First year, so now second years they take over. Sending out applications to being a student for being a student speaker. Basically, it's just like it sounds like. You're gonna send out a quick email either through your listservs, Facebook, whatever you guys use at your schools, and for faculty and alumni. So you saw students, which generally speaking are really the main event when it comes to MEDtalks. However, it's great. We do have an alumni and we do have a faculty speaker. That's really a little different. You're going to want to actually reach to them out personally and see if they're available for such an event. And then you're going to hold interviews for the student applicants in the selection process. This is a very difficult part of this process. You're going to find out that you have many, many talented individuals in your class. And to break it down into just 4, it's difficult. You're going to hear all sorts of different ideas. Everyone's got passions, like I said, or everyone's got stories. You as a committee are going to have to decide, what messages are you trying to show, and like I said, it's very difficult, but it's also very rewarding.
Alright, so you've gone through the interview process, you've selected your 4 speakers, now what? First thing you're going to want to do is create a timeline. This ensures that both the speakers and the logistics committee are on the same page the whole way out. When the speakers first came to you for their interviews, they just had an idea. Now they need to make that idea a concrete talk. This is where you come in, you get to help them make sure that their message is maintained throughout the entire 15-minute talk. And while we're on that, it's a TED Talk format, so it has to be 15 minutes, and this is something you're going to have to remind your speakers constantly.
All right, so some pre-event logistics. You're going to want to form this committee in your AMSA chapter pretty early because our event, as Priya was telling you, was pretty large. We had like 200 people in attendance. This is no longer a pilot, right? This is the second year. We've already spread the word. So, just letting you guys know, you don't have to go for something that large. It can be a lot smaller. Obviously, the impact this event has doesn't matter how many people are in attendance, right? It's all about doing it, the movement behind it. However, you're going to need funding. So some great sources that we used were National AMSA, student government at our school, dean's office, alumni associations, and it's nice to thank people as amazing as as our students and our faculty. So you want to get gifts. You're going to want to get put up posters. Spreading the word really is the bottom line. But especially when it's going to be a new event at your school. No one's really heard of these things. You're going to really want to send lots of emails out. Throw a lot of posters. Word of mouth is great. Actually, on your outlines, you'll see that there's a link to videos of some of the talks we did. The ones that we did this year are still not up. We're hoping to have them up by the end of the month. But last year's all the talks are on there. So that can be another way of being like, hey, this is what a MEDtalks is all about, or this is what it's like. Also, it'll help you get an idea for people when you're looking for applicants.
The next part is the day of. There are going to be a lot of small things that you're going to need to take care of. Handing out programs, setting up, if you have decorations, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a lot of work for you to do at that time, so it's nice to have volunteers. A great place to go to for volunteers is your local AMSA chapter. Send out an email maybe a week or so in advance, and people will want to be involved. That's not going to be really a big issue. The day of, you also want to set up the AV, make sure everyone's mic'd up properly if there's any PowerPoints. That's something you want to take care of. And then introductory remarks, it's nice to kind of have an opening to let people know what MEDtalks is about. It's nice to kind of introduce your speakers as well. And finally, remember to have fun. I mean, this event is going to take a decent amount of your time. You've worked hard. It's come together. Enjoy it.
So this is us. This is the committee this year. Basically at this point, it's really, I mentioned earlier that we want to give you a taste of what it's about, but really the reason why we brought it to AMSA's National Convention is we really wanted to spread the word on how impactful this event can be. It's pretty clear that something like this, which is, so organic and so, from the students to the students, also the medical, the faculty, the alumni, everyone coming together, it really has the ability to inspire and promote thoughtful conversations across the board. And really, like I said earlier, is only going to enhance our medical community, bring awareness to several issues that really speak volumes because it's people talking from personal experience, you know, and personally I think that's one of the best ways to get something across and really has the most impact. So where's the future of MEDtalks? It's our hopes really that you take everything that you saw today and you bring it back to your schools. Like Priya mentioned, we would love for you guys to consider hosting your own events back at your schools, and like I said earlier, I think it has great potential to really spark thoughtful conversations, and I really don't see why your medical school wouldn't want to promote something like this. So it's a great idea in my opinion, and I would really like it. We would like it if you guys would consider hosting your own. With that being said, it's also both National AMSA's and our vision and hopes that as MEDtalks takes off and more schools start hosting their own events, conventions such as this one will host their own sort of mega MEDtalks where like the best talks from all over the country come together, and instead of just us telling you how to do it, it's really just an hour of that, or maybe 2 hours. We'll see, as it grows. So, and I think, you guys would probably appreciate that and like that. So, but yeah, so basically that's the goal right there is just to really get you guys motivated about this and spread the word. So with that, I'm going to open up the floor to any questions you might have, about the logistics, nitty-gritty, or if you just want to speak to these amazing speakers. So thank you for coming here.